More than one spiritual writer or preacher has talked about how the Holy Spirit seems to be forgotten a lot of times in us. We don't talk about him much, or certainly Pentecost, confirmation, maybe Trinity Sunday, But that we need to speak more of him and call on him more. But it didn't seem all that inspiring to just say that, hey, we should call on the Holy Spirit more often. But I've been praying this prayer on the back of the Pope's new Pope's prayer card for a couple, 3 weeks or so, whenever it is. And something clicked in me last week from it. I thought I'd share with you. I want to start first with Jesus. And of course, I talk about Jesus most of the time. I realize that. I want us to have a strong, vibrant relationship with him. But Jesus was sent by the Father for a particular mission. He came, he suffered, died, all the things he did, rose again, and ascended to the Father, right? And we talk about his victory over sin and death. The sequence we sang on Sunday said life and death contended in a tremendous battle, and life wins. And we sang last weekend, the Ascension, Hallelujah, the strife is o'er, the battle done, And the trouble is we look outside all around the world, we look even in the church, and it doesn't look like the battle is done, And we look in our own hearts, and if we're honest with ourselves, we would say, I don't think the battle's done yet, even in my own heart, I still see sin, selfishness, unforgiveness, ego, etc., And this is where I think this prayer came in for me. That Jesus' mission was accomplished successfully. Now a new mission, or a new part of the mission, however you want to talk about it, begins, right? He established his church, and it's now the church needs to take that victory out into the world, and we need to win that victory or bring that victory in within ourselves. And that's the work of the Holy Spirit. And actually, it's pretty clear. At the beginning of the Acts of the Apostles, Luke's second book, he even says, in my first book, Theophilus, I told all that Jesus said and did while he was here. And now, he wants to tell the story of the church, right? And so, admittedly, this prayer kind of focuses, you might say, on the work within myself. But you can't talk about everything one homily, And so the prayer begins, breathe in me, O Holy Spirit, that my thoughts may all be holy. Act in me, O Holy Spirit, that my work may be holy. Draw my heart that I may love only what is holy, And so we see this, that all my words, my thoughts, my actions, what I love, what I do, it all becomes holy. Right? And what it reminds me, you've heard me say this before, that the purpose of the Christian life, the spiritual life, is not just moral uprightness, but it's transformation. That I may allow God to transform me. And this is the transformation, that I become holy, right? And most people seem to think that holy people do holy things. And that's true to a certain extent. But really, it works the other way. I become holy by my holy actions, my thoughts, what I love, etc., transforms me, these actions. God can use those, right? And so what we seek is holiness. And that doesn't mean piety. We walk around like this all the time. It means that I become this person that all what I desire is to please God in everything I do. And then as I'm transformed, I take that out into the world and help to transform the world, And this is the work of the Holy Spirit, that He help us in these works. And so if you want to ask, how often or when should I call on the Holy Spirit? So I'll say, okay, my thoughts, my actions, what I love, In other words, like every moment of my day, really, you could say, I need the Holy Spirit, right? And so rather than just say we should call on the Holy Spirit more often, I'll just put it this way. Call on the Holy Spirit whenever you need help in your thoughts or words or actions, And that can answer that question for you, And so I've come to pray it in the morning, like I start the morning with a glory be to the Father, give glory to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And then I pray this prayer, that this day be with me, a Holy Spirit, to transform my thoughts, my actions, what I love, to purify what I love, And then I think about it often, and I'm trying to think about it more often, is in the midst of a conversation, do I need help with the Holy Spirit? How I'm reacting to somebody, or what I'm getting ready to do, Call on the Holy Spirit. And thinking about this help, there's a prayer that some people pray it, some people don't, but at the end of the rosary, the way the Dominicans pray it. If you've heard Mother Angelica pray the rosary, you've heard her say that, that may the divine assistance always be with us, And it reminded me of a line in a couple of the Holy Harry Potter books. Dumbledore says, help will always be available at Hogwarts to those who ask for it. And I thought, what a great line for the spiritual life. Help is always available to us in our search to be holy if we just ask for it. I set this prayer to a little bit of music. Thought I'd sing it for you, and we might sing it together as a meditation after communion. But breathe in me, O Holy Spirit, that my thoughts may all be holy. Act in me, O Holy Spirit, that my work too may be holy. Draw my heart, O Holy Spirit, that I love but what is holy. Strengthen me, O Holy Spirit, to defend all that is holy. Guard me then, O Holy Spirit, that I